Kuna wengine wanasema ya kwamba ati kwa sababu mafuta imeongezeka na imeongezeka duniani kote, wanataka kufanya maandamano hapa Kenya. Mimi nawauliza, tukifanya maandamano bei ya mafuta itakuja chini? Itakuja chini? Si lazima tutumie akili kupunguza gharama ya mafuta? I want to announce to the nation from here, in the middle of Suneka, in the middle of the people of Kenya, that though we have had challenges of war in Middle East that has resulted in high fuel prices across the globe, in our region and everywhere else for the last 2 years, because of the G2G arrangement that had made sure that we have constant supply of fuel in Kenya and that we have managed to moderate prices. I am announcing today, in the middle of people here, that the fuel prices that have gone up, we have stepped in as government with 6.5 billion shillings to reduce the cost of fuel. We have also stepped in to bring down VAT from 16% to 8% for the next 3 months until we make sure that we have gone through this phase. And thirdly, we have made sure that paraffin that is used by ordinary citizens, paraffin that is used by our border circles, we have made sure that the prices don't change because we want to cushion the people of Kenya from fuel prices. Munasema tuendelee ama tuendelee jameni? Kuna wengine wanasema ya kwamba ati kwa sababu mafuta imeongezeka na imeongezeka duniani kote, wanataka kufanya maandamano hapa Kenya. Mimi nawauliza, tukifanya maandamano bei ya mafuta itakuja chini? Itakuja chini? Si lazima tutumie akili kupunguza gharama ya mafuta? Na tupange tuhakikisha kwamba ile vita inaendelea ndio inatuletea shida iishe huko mahali inaendelea. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niwahakikishie wa Kenya, serikali ya Kenya itafanya juu chini kuhakikisha kwamba bei ya mafuta haiendi juu zaidi, na vile vile kuna mafuta ya kutosha ya kusukuma gurudumu ya taifa letu la Kenya. Wakenya hoye! Wakenya hoye!
Thank you very much. This is a press statement by the United Alternative Government on the fuel scandal in our country, Kenya. Patriotic Kenyans, today we wish to draw the attention of Kenyans to one of the greatest fuel scandals in the history of independent Kenya. We have deliberately taken time to look into the oil scandal that has hit Kenya in the hope that the government of President William Ruto would be kind to the people of Kenya and save them from further agony. Little was it forgotten to us that Kenyans are on the and the entire energy value chain is completely a criminal enterprise under William Ruto. We wish to state as follows. On Thursday, the 2nd of April 2026, Kenyans were treated to dramatic arrests of former PS State Department of Petroleum, Mr. Mohammed Liban, Mr. Daniel Kipto, former DG EPRA, and Mr. Joe Sang, former MD, Kenya Pipeline Corporation. On 4th April 2026, a public statement made by William Ruto meant to hoodwink and fool the people of Kenya. He argued that oil cartels had been crushed to a halt. Further, he strongly stated as follows: that the international oil companies, IOCs, had not declared their inability to perform their obligations under contract. Yet we know that there was official communication requesting a contract review and price adjustment following the Middle East crisis. That the trio had resigned, yet they were forced to resign during the Easter weekend while still under police custody. That the 3 accused persons would be charged in a court of law for various offenses. The three international oil companies, IOCs, in the so-called G2G arrangements are Saudi Aramco, they supply diesel and super petrol; Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, ADNOC, they supply diesel and jet fuel; and Emirates National Oil Company, ENOC, they supply super petrol. These IOCs supply and distribute fuel through 6 hand-picked local oil marketing companies. But what was being hidden from the public was the real culprits of this scandal. The team leader of this oil scandal is William Ruto, Felix Koskei, and the abroad-based expert, the CS for Energy and Petroleum, Mr. Opio Wandai. And a local company, which is a nominee of the International Oil Companies IOCs, awarded under the so-called G2G framework. While the crisis in the Middle East brought about the conflict of the USA and Iran, William Ruto saw a big business opportunity to fleece Kenyans, as he has always done. Kenyans will recall the Brazil maize scandal of 2009 when William Ruto was the Minister for Agriculture, and he was fired by the then Prime Minister, the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Truly, you can't change the character of a man. In the so-called G2G arrangement, Gulf Energy, William Ruto's proxy, via a letter dated 21st March 2026, addressed with then PS State Department of Petroleum, Mr. Liban Mohammed, confirmed their inability to supply fuel and triggered a delivery default. Note that Gulf Energy supplies 4 out of 6, or 67% of the monthly fuel cargoes, leaving the other 5 oil marketing companies to supply the balance of 20%, or 2 cargoes imported under the so-called G2G framework. Since the IOCs in the so-called G2G framework agreement could not evacuate fuel through Strait of Hormuz and had communicated their inability to perform their contractual obligations, triggering a delivery default, the 3 government officers invoked relevant provisions of the Petroleum Importation Regulations 2023 and implemented a government directive issued by the National Security Council Committee via a letter dated 9th March 2026, reference number OP CAB 3/55A, to explore and implement strategies to diversify petroleum import sources beyond single region, reducing dependency and enhancing national energy security. As such, the above decision was implemented. On 18th March 2026, the State Department of Petroleum, a meeting of the Vessel Alignment Committee, which was chaired by one Joseph Wafula, was held to review the supply position and replenishment plan. The meeting was attended by 13 local oil marketing companies. During this meeting, it was recognized that there is a likely shortage or supply of petroleum products, and in accordance with Clause 21, Petroleum Import Regulations 2023, the 13 oil marketing companies were invited to submit an expression of interest for the emergency supply of contingency fuel stocks for delivery on or before 28th to 30th March 2026. It is important to note that only 4 of the 13 oil marketing companies submitted their bids within the stipulated time frame.